Well, good evening, everyone. I'm Ann Feinstein, and I want to welcome all of you to our Leadership Webcast. And it's an exciting one that we have for you this evening. As most of you know, we've just gotten back from the Dallas Explode 2016 event. And it was so exciting and so sensational in terms of training and recognition and amazing speakers coming up from Latin America and the leadership. And again, I want to give a big thank you to the amazing guys, Luca Maloney, Ronaldo Eduardo Renifo, Eric Gamio, and of course, our very own Randy Gage, who did an awesome job of training throughout the entire weekend. We had a fantastic opportunity to spend some time with our CEO, Alvaro Zuniga, who came in and gave a fantastic talk about the history of the company and all the interesting steps that he had gone along the way in order to create this amazing company with an amazing story. And we've had a wonderful opportunity for everyone to come together across the United States and also throughout Latin America. It's this wonderful melding that's coming together that's really exciting to see people working together. And the culture here in this company is just so wonderful, as everyone is giving a very welcoming hand to each other in order to really build these teams. And so there's been a lot of excitement. You're going to hear a little bit about that tonight. I just want to also do a few housekeeping because I want to give a big congratulations. We had a huge week of bronze breakthroughs last week, and I want to give a shout out to Maria Cecilia Arbulo. Congratulations. Hagit and Raviv Janasar. Congratulations. I should say Mazel Tov. Beatrice Santiago. Congratulations. Fiorella Gillette, again, another bronze. Congratulations. And Ricardo Moran, also a new bronze. All broke last week. Guys, it was extraordinary. Well, we also had a brand new gold, and that is big congratulations to Jacob Falkins, who ranked gold just coming into the event in Dallas. It was sensational opportunity to all come together, recognize a lot of great leadership rank advancements, and get ready for an exciting what we call the 60 legendary days on the path to billions. So also, I want to give a quick reminder that Randy Gage is going to be in New York for our Success Night, October 3rd, and that will be in Staten Island at the Hilton Garden Inn. Guys, if you have people anywhere in the geography of Pennsylvania, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, this is the night that you want to invite them. It's a Monday night, October 3rd. Registration starts at 7 o'clock. You'll be able to get tickets at the door, and the event starts promptly at 8. So, guys, this is the next big event coming up for our entire Northeast area. Now, as I mentioned, some of the excitement that we had this past weekend was hearing about a breakthrough new product that we now have. And it's right here. And those of us that were at the event had a chance to not only taste and sample, but bring home boxes of our BioPro X Active. And tonight, we have the extraordinary opportunity to hear from our wonderful corporate nutritionist, who's just not a nutritionist. She does consulting for a lot of people, but she's also been a radio personality, a TV person, the Dr. Oz of Peru. And she's going to be with us this evening in order to talk about this exciting new product. And so I'd like to give a warm welcome, a warm USA re-welcome once again to a good friend of ours, and that's Julissa Pezzo. Julissa, you with us?
Yes, Sam, thank you for that presentation. Good night, all. Can I begin?
Sure.
Because I have a lot of information for you. Well, tonight we will talking about the importance of proteins in our nutrition. Nature gives us a lot of opportunity to receive important nutrients for nature. We have the We have the alternative to choose the right ones for if we are looking for healthy, for being so more healthy every time. We know a plant-based diet has a lot of benefits in our health. Here you can find some of them. Reduced risk of cardiovascular disease. That's mainly because it's high on fiber and also a lot of phytonutrients that you can rapidly find. All the colors you can find in veggies. An anti-inflammatory diet, support digestion, provide antioxidants that protects our cells, also help us against free radicals, and the reduction of high blood pressure. It's obviously the diet is a very helpful way of taking care about our body, but also we have to include some important habits like right sleeping and sports, as you all know. I hope so. Are the proteins? Why are they so important? Well, here we find three importance why we should select the right protein. There are a lot more benefits after eating proteins, but we know that amino acids aid tissue regeneration. That means that if you, for example, you have an injury or surgery, your tissues need to repair as fast as we can, but that is just possible if you consume a protein that is a high biological value, has a high biological value. We will know more about it after. Also, we know that proteins are involved in the communication of hundreds of millions of neurons. You know, in your brain you have your neurons, but they are not stick all together. They need neurotransmitters. These neurotransmitters are made up of amino acids. For example, you have tryptophan, then you have serotonin, then you have dopamine, and then these neurotransmitters help us to feel healthful. So that means that you can focus on protein or high quality protein just because your muscles look great. But that is not enough. It's a short point of view. You can have a better way of thinking and feeling when you are well nourished. The third importance I mentioned today is an antibody synthesis. That means that in your blood, in your plasma, in your plasma is built your immunoglobulins. These immunoglobulins are made from amino acids. When you are ill because you have a virus, a bacteria, what happens in your body, it has to look where is this virus and act fast so it doesn't turn worse. And in this case, it's important for your immune system to have a very good quality of protein so your immune system acts fast in favor for you. Protein to nourish and repair and regenerate. Well, how can we qualify? How can we know if a protein has a high quality? We can know depending on how much amino acids they have. But if we are more smart, I don't know if that's the correct word, but maybe the right word is if all the amino acids are in that protein. We have around 20 amino acids. One group, you have to build it. Your body is capable to build it, to synthesize, but there is another group that you have to eat it. If you do not eat it, so you are not going to have them, and your tissues are not going to be repaired. Your neurotransmitters are not going to work the right way in favor for you. Your immune system is not going to be nourished. It's not going to be fast to act. So you can qualify a protein depending on the amount and quality of amino acids you find on it. I have a list of amino acids, the essential amino acids, you can see it in the slide, and also the amino acids that you need to consume. The most important nutrients to help the cell to regenerate are the kind of amino acids, the quality of amino acids. The amino acids are used for synthesized tissues. important for the hormones. For example, insulin is to help your body to produce insulin, you need some amino acids. For neurotransmitters like tryptophan, serotonin, you need some amino acids. For building enzymes for efficient digestion, you need amino acids. So it's important to identify where you can find all the amino acids in a protein so you can be sure that's the right protein for your health. Protein has many functions. In this case, for children, as we know, if we want them to grow, we need to consume a high quality of protein with all the amino acids. If we want to make that body strong to face illness or to prevent illness, we need to give them a complete amino acid with a high biological value. Sport also, you have to look for a high biological protein. Athletes need proper consumption of protein because it's essential. Why? To build and increase their muscle mass, to avoid consequence of physical exhaustion, and to provide an optimal repair and strength of the muscles resistance. As you know, when you finish doing your exercise, your muscles are inflamed. So you need, during the first 2 hours after you train, you need to repair that tissue again, and you need to give your muscles a high quality of protein. Maybe you are vegetarian and you think that just eating quinoa it's enough because it has amino acids, but really you need a more complete amino acid to receive the results you are looking for in the gym. Maybe you want to replace proteins, a high quality protein, with legumes, but legumes doesn't have all the amino acids for be qualified as a high biological protein. We have other functions in protein. For example, for people overweight, this essential nutrient is the key to satisfy hunger more efficiently compared with fats and carbohydrates. So proteins help raise their energy profile and naturally it. But why can we find these benefits? When we want to lose weight, obviously lose fat, it's because when you consume a protein, 30% of the energy that provides that protein is used just for digestion, while when you eat carbohydrates, you just use 6% of those calories for your digestion, and when you eat fat, you use just 4% of your calories for the digestion. So eating proteins when you want to lose weight, it's a smart way of changing your nutrition plan in favor for you. Also, there is another very important importance of proteins. Senior adults, they in a good diet based on adequate protein can help to reduce treat nature decline of muscle mass, that is called sarcopenia, also strength and functional abilities relating to aging. What happens when you are getting old? It's more difficult to maintain your body mass, and maybe it's very frequently that old people they don't want to eat, and instead of consuming protein, they just want to eat fruits or just veggies. That's very healthy, but if they don't eat proteins in their meals, what is going to happen is that they are going to eat their meat, and their meat is called muscles, so they will be less strong. And as we know, when you are ill, if you don't have enough muscles, your treatment during illness is the strongest because you are not a strong person. So it's important that when you are getting old, also include in your meals, and a little, depending on which meal we are talking, proteins need to be present, but proteins with a high biological value. How much protein do we need? Depending on what is your age, you have different amount of protein. For example, here you have a chart in which if you are over 80 years old and you are a girl, you is around 0.85. More easy to know is like this. If you are not doing any sport, you eat your weight in proteins. Obviously, if you are in your right weight, if I weigh 80 kilos, that's my right weight, so I consume 80 grams of protein. If I am working out, my resistance exercise, I don't want to increase my body mass, I just want to tone my body, you consume around 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram. But if you are doing hypertrophy, you want to grow, you need to consume around 1.8 to 2 grams of protein per kilogram. Important to know what is that when you want to grow, to make your muscle grow, the protein should be together with carbohydrates with high glycemic index. That means that with carbohydrates that increase your level of sugar, especially after exercise, but not sweets. I'm talking about bananas or fruits, a lot of fruits. And if you want to tighten your muscles, you eat a little bit less of proteins, but you consume carbohydrates with low or middle glycemic index. If you don't know what glycemic index means, it means that in which how easy carbohydrate it increase your blood sugar. It's a high index. Glycemic index. If you eat carbohydrates with fiber, probably after you eat, the sugar will be in balance and won't go high, won't go down. So we mentioned several times about biological value of protein. Here you have a chart in which quinoa has 80%, 86% of biological value, and rice is 83. If you see the chart of milk serum and milk egg white, you see that they have more. It's obviously. Let's see what happens there. In animal proteins, it's always fat, it's always more. It's because animal proteins, they have the highest biological value. But the problem is that some people are not able to consume it because they have some philosophies, and also it's because we are now caring more about the environment. Maybe there's a tendency, maybe lactose isn't good for me, it's not, I don't have a good digestion. So in these cases, keep thinking what we can do against this to improve the possibilities of eat a high value protein. So we see the chart again, and we see that the proteins coming from animals have a higher biological value. Didn't know before is that leaf or sprouted food, the future of the food, and something very special. Foods are in the process of developing and growing. These kind of foods are called sprouted food. This allows them to stay active and keep their enzymes and nutrients intact. When you eat sprouted food, the enzymes there helps your body to digest the food the more comfortable way. That's very important because this food has also, we find in this food also enzymes. But we also now know that this kind of protein has a high and a beneficial, other beneficials like this one. Sprouted has a greater amount of amino acids. Weren't that we were looking for? A higher score of amino acids. Also, we can find them enzymes, a great amount of enzymes, better use in effectiveness of their properties, and their nutrition value remains intact until digestion. What we should know is the process that fusion uses is a low temperature. It's less than 46 Celsius grades, so the enzymes keep intact and the nutrients are intact. That's very important. We use, instead of just quinoa or just rice, we use sprouted quinoa, sprouted rice. Did you remember the percentage before were less than 90? Now we see rice sprouted 92%, 98% biological value in sprouted quinoa. And when we mix this together, we find that we can replace animal proteins with vegetal proteins. That's a very and a fantastic an announce for everyone that is taking care about their health and wants to eat more clean. Thanks to sprouted food, we have created a vegetable protein with the same nutrition intake as animal protein. Vegetal protein is less acidified because it has more minerals. As we know, when we consume food, our body is always looking for a pH around 7.3 pH in our blood, and when we eat things that are food that are not they do not have enough minerals, our body steal from our bones, from our tissues, and we feel tired, we feel with lack of energy. But this option gives you enough minerals so you cannot steal and be stealing every time you eat minerals from your tissues. They have fewer purines and are better eliminated. As you know, you find more purines in proteins from animals. These purines in our body is turned to uric acid. A lot of uric acid made us we have a risk of having gota, that you cannot move your joints. They hurt. They have less fat and are unsaturated fat. That's more healthy for us. As we know, as we saw in the first slides, we decrease a lot of illness, or we prevent a lot of illness when we consume more veggies because of the fiber, because less fat, and the fat we found there is healthy, and also more antioxidants. They have no cholesterol, they have fiber, less overloaded for liver and kidneys, easy digest, ideal for low-calorie diets, much more planet-friendly. Here is the first one I'm going to talk about. This is great. It's an excellent alternative for kids, for pregnant people, and people that are looking mainly for a high nutrition. Very high nutrition. It's the first active 100% vegetable protein, a high biological value, and 100% bioavailable. It means that all the benefits we mentioned at the beginning about immune system, about repair your tissues, about neurotransmitters, about enzymes, about hormones, you can find on this, because this gave you the resource you need to make your body work efficiently. Better digestibility thanks to its active enzymes, 100% allergen-free ingredients, no soy, no milk, no eggs. And here I put 5 smart nutrition, but there are 6 smart nutrition. Why? Because when you join all these nutrients, exactly these nutrients, and they are in a very interesting amount. If you see how much percent they have of each nutrient, these smart nutrients help your brain to work smart. Nutrients help our body to work more efficiently, and these nutrients help your brain. And not just that, although we find enzymes in these proteins coming from the sprouted, these nutrients also helps our body our own enzymes. That's very interesting, because it gives you the sources you need to form your own enzymes. And score, because I always see my patients that when I do their test how much nutrients they used to eat, they are always lack of magnesium, vitamin E, B12, B9, especially vegetarians. Okay, here are the three alternatives you can look for them. The first one I talked is a formula created to boost your immune system, and for my point of view as a specialist, for me, is a very high nutrient, provides a very high score of nutrients. For kids, for teenagers, for pregnant, for elder are great. And we have also BioProfit Active Fit, formula created to lose weight and reduce body fat, and BioPro Active Sport, formula created to increase muscle mass. Important, increase muscle mass, but it's not magic. If you do not carry your weight, it won't work. It's important. If you consume Active Fit and you do not exercise and reduce your calories, it won't work. Many things we have to do if we want to change. Bioproactive, here you can find the ingredients: sprout rice proteins, sprouted quinoa, pea protein, alga protein, DHA for your brain, ARA, digestive enzymes, coconut oil, amino acids, all the amino acids, vitamin A, B, C, D, and vitamin B complex, calcium, magnesium, iron, and zinc. It helps assimilate more and better quality of essential amino acids for body regeneration and tissue renewal, promotes a healthy immune system and optimal brain functions. Well, with an excellent score of micronutrients for immune system response. Here I put you a chart, a very interesting chart, because this is very common in vegetarian. Critical nutrients in vegetarian are in these charts. Vegan diets and recommended intakes. If you read researches about how vegetarians eat, you will find that these lists are very frequently to be they lack of these nutrients in their diets. So a vegetarian diet is a healthy at any age. Advisable to supplement it with nutrients your body needs. So the bioactive is a great alternative to provide these nutrients in this group of people. BioPro Active Fit. Ingredients: sprout rice protein, sprout quinoa, pea protein. The difference between the first one and this active fit is L-carnitine. Helps your body helps your body to move your fat and be burned and go and be burned in the mitochondria. It's important
okay, Julissa, save your breath, okay? Because I promise we'll come back. We'll get you back when we release the fit and the sport versions, because we're almost already past time. So we want to talk from the marketing standpoint. Ann and I want to talk some about the one we have right now and some of the things we can do to market that in the field. So any last thought on the one we've got now, the BioPro X Active?
Yes, this one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
any last, what's the last, the most important thing you think people should know about that?
Well, this protein is important. It's like the replace of the milk. Also important that if you don't want to give too much protein. It's around 10 grams of protein. As we know, usually people used to consume a glass of milk with all the things that provides not so healthy. For my point of view, a cup of milk has around 8 grams of protein. Here you find around 9.5 grams of protein with a high score of nutrients, with DHA for the brain, with enzymes that you will have a great digestion, with vitamins that really you don't need to consume another multivitamin, because these vitamins are in a way that your body absorbs their food, and you will see that even if the amount of vitamin B complex is high, you won't see your urine yellow as it happens with multivitamins. That means that you really absorb those nutrients. Also, before I forget, something very important is that when you want strong bones, you need to have a great score, a great balance between calcium and magnesium. That's what you can find here. You give calcium, but you give magnesium to the bones. So that means that calcium goes and does its work in your body, to the tissues, to all the places it has to work. But also the calcium that is left and is not useful for your body, magnesium takes it off. So it prevents all the illness that happens because you are consuming too much calcium but no magnesium.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you so much for being on. That's really, I think people really can see the value of protein and see the value of this vegetarian protein for the bioavailability. And for you guys who love Julissa, which I know is a lot of you, if you have teams in Colombia, she will be at Explode Colombia, October 14th and 15th. And of course, we're going to have her back lots more when we come out with the other lines as well. So thanks for being on, Miss Julissa.
Randy, thank you very much. If you give me 30 seconds just to say one more thing, please.
Do I have a choice?
Please. Yes, I want to tell you something. Almost 60% of my patients here are lack of energy, and sometimes we just consume beta energy, but we are not. Beta energy meets a partner. Beta energy meets a partner that provides B12, B9, and iron, and they can find these nutrients in BioProactive. So for me, as a professional, I suggest that try to join 3 things: Flora Leaf, Beta Energy, and BioProactive as a part of a daily diet, because it's very helpful and it's a very balanced way of a very balanced point of view of taking care about your health.
Love it. Yeah, those are 3 must-have products everybody should have every day.
Thank you very much. Good night, everyone. Good luck. A great week.
Thank you, Julissa. I have to say thank you to Julissa for a lot of different things. Number one, I have a flat stomach now, and I'm really excited about this because she got us so excited about the Flora Leaf and the fiber, and now she's saying Flora Leaf together with the Vita and the BioPro. That is just an amazing combination. So, Randy, let me ask you something. Does this seem like a new product category to you?
Yeah, I mean, not different category in sense of where it fits, because obviously the BioPro Sport will go in the athletic line. The BioPro Fit will go in the weight management line. And this one, which we have out right now, would go in the immune system line, the immunity boosting line. But it's different in the sense that this is our first product that isn't just a drink, because this one could actually be considered a meal replacement, depending on how people are using it. So I think you see there's a different price point. It's a different deal than just having a juice or a tea or a coffee, because this is a much more complex, very substantial product.
Well, I think after hearing her again repeat the amazing benefits of this product, and having heard her in Dallas and then having heard her again tonight, guys, I'm telling you, if you're not in your back office getting boxes of this for yourself, for your family, and what I loved about the active picture that she showed, it showed all age ranges. You saw there was a senior sitting there with a child. And when I was sitting there looking at the ingredients earlier today as we were preparing for tonight, I thought to myself, wow, you know, motor skills, cell regeneration, retinal regeneration, brain function. I mean, what a fantastic product for children. So when somebody says now, do we have a product for children? We sure do have a product for children, especially now going back into school, getting involved with all the classmates. This is a heavy season for people having a lot of different, let's say, transactions, you know, with kids in the classroom and exchanging germs and so forth. This is a powerful addition to their morning breakfast, giving them something that tastes so good. And that's the other thing. As soon as this was announced, we broke open a box of it. We went back to the room. We tore open the package. We had made a couple of glasses. We sat down, we toasted it, we took a sip, and we went absolutely nuts. Now, I can tell you that David is not a big shake drinker. I mean, he just never has been. But he is absolutely loving this, so much so that I actually put a picture of him drinking his shake on Facebook, which I don't think he's ever done in his entire life. Taking a picture. He's now the poster boy for BioPro. But that's because he really loves it. And I've been throwing it into the blender, adding some frozen fruits. I love the berries and the strawberries, the blackberries, everything. Throw it in there. I throw in, it's ironic, she says Vita Energia and also the Floraleaf, because that's been the way for me to get past the Floraleaf in my own personal taste. And it's amazing how delicious this is. This vanilla cinnamon taste just is so smooth. What's your favorite?
Yeah, I like the vanilla. I love them both, but I do like the vanilla cinnamon better, just because anything cinnamon is my thing. The other thing I think people need to know about is the price point. We're talking about a $4 retail versus $1 and change, $2 for all of the sachets. Again, different type of product, because we're talking about a meal replacement. And I got some questions today. People say, well, but what about this protein which costs less, or that protein? I had someone email me about the 2 other network marketing companies and the proteins they had. Here's the thing you need to understand. First of all, nothing matches vegetarian protein for digestion. And digestion is the key for the bioavailability. There's no animal protein, no matter how high it says the percentage of protein or the grams of protein. Remember, the hardest thing for a body to digest is animal protein. Mm-hmm. So you see, there's a lot of people think we shouldn't eat meat, of course. I'm not one of them. I do eat turkey and chicken. I have a little beef now and then, but I pretty much stick to the lighter meats. But I know they're very hard to digest. And remember, digestion is where we get the nutritional value. So you can't even, no matter any animal protein of any kind, will never come close to this. The next thing to keep in mind, this is a patented protein. Alvaro has an international patent on this. He has a US patent on this. He has a Peruvian patent on this. His patent is on actually getting the nutrients that you can assimilate them and get the results from them. And when people sent me these other products, they said, well, this one costs less, this one costs more. Here's the thing. With this protein, the deal is not we're the cheapest protein around. That's absolutely not the sales point for this. It's a competitive price, but it's not a low price. It's not a cheap price. A lot of our products, we could say, they're cheap. They're inexpensive. They're very cheap. They're cheaper than alternatives. The protein is a different marketing animal, because now we're talking about something that is the selling point here is the better science, the bioavailability, the patent, the fact that, and you cannot underestimate, you cannot lose sight of the actual ingredient list. Because like the ones people were sending me, I was like, did you see the fat in that? Did you see the gram, you know, how many carbohydrates are in that? Did you see the cholesterol that's in that? Do you see the sugar substitute that's in there? Do you see the artificial sweetener that's in there? Or they have sugars in there? Remember, BioPro has 0 sugar. BioPro has 0 carbohydrates. Like these ones, you know, someone sent me one, I was like, you realize that has 5% cholesterol? It has 75 mgs of sodium. It has a sugar substitute, and it has sugars. Another one he sent, which is pretty much the same price. Ours is $55 for 14 servings. This one is $51 for 14 servings.
At retail.
Yeah. At retail. That's full retail. And of course, we have a very high discount availability program. This other one that was $51 it has fructose in it. It has 12% sodium, has 80 mg of cholesterol, 9% fat, sugars, and it's 350 calories. So, I mean, do not let people compare that stuff to what we have. We have the state of the state of the state of the art. And remember also, when Alvaro gets in his mad genius mode, there's nobody like him on planet Earth. This is not just protein. If you read the label, it says it's also enriched with DHA, ARHA, ARA. So you say, what is that? Well, DHA is an omega-3 fatty acid. ARA is an omega-6 polysaturated fatty acid. Coconut oil, and by the way, the ARA, that's the thing that young babies and young kids can't produce. That's why this protein is actually good for breastfeeding mothers and young kids and whatever, because it's got the ARA in there, which young kids are not able to produce. But then coconut oil, vitamin A, B complex, vitamin C, D, E, calcium, iron, magnesium, zinc, all of the things you heard Julissa talk about to strengthen your health and enhance your immune system. So, and of course, this is patented because he's using germinated sprouts to get the best live nutrients actually delivered. And that's why it's patented, because it actually delivers the protein. And I think the thing that, to me, more than anything else, it's not the science, it's not the patent, it's the results. It's not just the taste, it's the results. You guys who were at the event know I'm 57 years old. I'm the best shape ever, highest muscle, lowest body fat, the percentage, everything lean and mean. And that's because I've been on this for 3 months as a guinea pig here in the US. And people say, yeah, but you work out every day, you eat healthy. Yes, I've been working out every day for 4 years. I've been eating healthy for 20 years. I have never got the results with any, and I'm like a protein connoisseur, okay? And I'm always, really, for the last year, I've bought the highest quality vegetarian protein I could buy. Until this, nothing matches it. When it comes to the, protein, it's all going to be about the results. And I've had them all. See, I've got the muscle building one, I've got the dieting one, so I can tell you thing like it anywhere.
Well, I think that you've hit the nail on the head, and that we have something here that is so far superior than what people are going to be accustomed to. We're going to be talking about this more and more. The fact that it's a live protein, live vegetable protein. The buzz is out there. People came back with lots of product that were out with us in Dallas. And I can tell you that people are making phone calls like crazy and sending out information to let people know that BioPro X Active is here. So guys, we have a big close to this week tomorrow night, as usual. It's a really exciting 24 hours coming up now, 27 hours, because I can tell you people have so much going on with phone calls and talking to people and closing out and getting people enrolled. This is a magical moment. As I said in the very, very beginning, Alvaro is calling this the 60 legendary days to billions. And he wants to be celebrating the 10th year anniversary in a big, big way. So he's asking all of us to come together with him and to rev it up. And next week, we're going to be talking more about how we can do that with our 360 plan. But today, what we want to be focused on is who in your back office, in your enrollment lines, can you help rank advance to executive, senior executive, bronze, and gain that bronze, fantastic bronze rank, and also the recognition so that we can keep moving the team forward and have an awesome week and an awesome closeout to what we started in Dallas. So Randy, if you have anything else to say, let's close it out. Let's everybody get back out there and talking it up.
Well, I can tell looking in my back office already, this is the greatest week X Tribe has ever had. I'm sure it'll be the greatest week the United States has ever had. And we still have 24 hours to go. So let's make it special. Thanks, everyone.
Next week, same time, same back channel. See ya. Have a great week. Good night.